we talk about the seer. The seer are who? The one that see the future for you. The same word is called for prophet. The seer communicate the spirit, isn't it? The prophet communicate the spirit. Now we now have our own in our own language, which we call Obiha. Obiha, the man that consult the spirit gods to know about your problem as well. The problem will be solved. It's not evil. But the Europeans just wanted to take you away from the source of your power, your source of your African spirituality power, so that they can destroy Africa. Because that is the only way they can be able to control Africa. That is the only way they can make you powerless, so that they can be able to destroy. So they can be able to destroy Africans. And they succeeded. They have changed your culture for you. They have changed your tradition for you. They have changed your education for you. They have changed your system. You no longer that man or that woman that is spiritual again. That is why you pray for your forgiveness of your sin every day. That is why you are afraid of unknown. That is why you are afraid of that man with a white beard, with a crown and a white garment and a king chair that is up looking at you, whatever you do. That's why you are afraid. That is why you cannot be adventurous. That is why you cannot see the way the Europeans see. Because they have blocked you to see the truth. That is why Africa will continue to argue themselves. That is why Africa will continue to read what a European man gave to you people. You cannot think and question what they give you. That is why an Africans can never live the life of truth. That is why they can never be free. Because the truth you know will always set you free. That is why an African man will continue to condemn his African brother. That is why an African man, African woman will continue to laugh and mock his own brothers and sisters who cannot speak good English. But he himself cannot speak a language. Because if you cannot speak English, you are not an illiterate. Because English is not your language. It is when you cannot speak your language that you are an illiterate. I don't know if you are understanding me. If you cannot speak your language, it means you are an illiterate, not an English. The Europeans that came to Africa here, the Dutch, the French, the Spanish, did they speak good English? But when they speak here, we clap for them, we admire them, we laugh over it. But why is it that our own brothers and sisters, that not even an Englishman, when they speak English, we mock them, we laugh them? You see that? It's not a good thing for Africans. So Africa have been brainwashed. The brain of Africa have been changed by the Europeans. foolishly. It is time we should correct it. You understand me? So that we'll be like the Chinese and the Japanese and the Dutch and the French and the Spanish and the Russians, who are so proud of their language. You see, when you are interviewing some sportmen who are Spanish, who are from Portugal, who are from Russia, they understand English. Yes. But when they are replying the journalists, they speak their language because they are talking to their people. But if you interviewing an African sportsman, he will be speaking English. He's not an Englishman. His people home listen, watching him. He's not an English people. You understand me? Just English is not their language. They have their own language. Just like the Indians. They love their language and they embrace their language. But here in Nigeria and part of Africa country, they don't even use their own language in school. That is why people fail their course. Because your mathematics is not, you are not teach by mathematics is not teach in your language. Social studies, science, it's not be taught in your language. Because English is not your language. If those things were taught in your language, we will be like the Chinese, the Indians. We will be like the Japanese. Most of our African brothers and sisters today, they don't even know the names of leaves in their own language, because English people does not have English word for all our leaves. They don't have it. You understand? So it's time we should educate our people. Our government should help us. Should help us so that we can be able to educate our young ones that is coming. So that we'll go back to our African spirituality life. So that we'll train our young ones so that they will compete with the rest of the world. So that we'll have an expatriate in Africa. We have engineers in the university who have graduated, but they cannot do boat or not. They cannot even produce butter. Even bicycle, they cannot produce it. Do you know how many engineers we have in Nigeria? Our refinery, we cannot fix it. The engineer working with Dangote refinery are what? They are the Indians. When we have engineers in Nigeria, what kind of education are they giving them? We have pharmacists in Nigeria, graduates who are pharmacists, who have graduated become pharmacists. They cannot produce paracetamol. But those that did not go to school are producing fake paracetamol. It's a shame. We have graduates. Who study agriculture, but we don't have food in Nigeria. It is the illiterate ones, you people call illiterate, are the one producing food for those who even study agriculture. Those that you people call illiterate that does not go to school are the one that is farmers producing food for those that went to university to study agriculture. It's a shame. We have graduates who study government. They are not ruling this country. You see the way the Europeans have turned us to be in Africa, most especially in Nigeria here. They have changed the brain and the mind of we Africans. So, I'm using this medium to beg our leaders to help us, that is living the African spirituality life, so that we'll train our young ones in the African spirituality. Do you know that those old people who were contractors that built house those days know the job of building house more than those that went to school today calling themselves engineer? Look at the house those that went to school who called themselves engineer. Look at the house they built. Look at it. It collapsed. Has collapsed. Look at the house those engineers, those contractors those days built. They still stand strong up to today. 5 generations have inherited the house and live. The house is still there. It's already innovation they are doing. And look at these new modern houses. You see the wall cracking. You see the walls. When there's rain, water pump into the house. Look at our forefathers who were farmers those days. They were producing food. Food were surplus in Africa, in Nigeria. But today, we now have more graduates who study agriculture, but now we don't have food. When we're having lesser graduates who study agriculture, there was so many food. There was food everywhere. It's time we should do the right thing, not to leave our responsibility and begin to carry what is not our responsibility. Where we suppose to speak, we'll leave it and begin to speak other things. Everyone now make money. They are rushing building houses, building estate. No one even talking about farming. Anybody that makes money now want to run to European country. You forgot that money you use and prepare yourself to European country, 20-something million. You can use it to set up a farmland in Nigeria and be producing food for the nation, and you still become a millionaire. Your children will continue from that. They will continue from that. You understand? There's no company here now in Africa or Nigeria which has before second, third, fourth generation. No. After the owner of that company died, the company died. The children can continue. Because everyone wants to take your children abroad. Meanwhile, you did not go to abroad. You live here and make it here. Why can't you train your child here and let your child carry on with your legacy? Then he will train his own child also carry on with legacy. You see, Africa begin to be built, begin to be great. Any rich man just died. That is the end. The children, they begin to sell their properties, begin to destroy it. Because you did not train them in the African way. We are living our own life and borrowing the life that is not our own. So that is the problem. That is why Africa are destroying every day. Look at every young man in Africa. Before you find those that 70-something years now, is very difficult for African man, African woman. 50-something, 60s, they are dead. Most of them are sick because they adopted the European system. Those African people that you are seeing that is crossing 70, 80, 90 are the ones that never adopted European system. They still live in their African system. Those are the ones that is living long and living healthy life here in Africa. So that is it.